So the video is live on Facebook if y'all want to share it. Like I'm going to share it on a few pages myself. KLK 102.5 FM. Good morning to you on your Monday. It's March 18th, 2024. This is Community Conversations. Kato Wonder is in the studio with you, and joining us today, we have Mr. Franklin Teague and Mr. Al Moore, who is also the host of More Money with Al right here on KLK, and they are representing the new Tau Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and they are hosting a scholarship benefit brunch. I'm going to go ahead and put the flyer on the screen for those watching online. And that is going to be Saturday, March 30th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Arkansas State University Cooper Alumni Center. That's 2600 Alumni Boulevard in Jonesboro. And featuring Chef Famous to you, as my view is a little bit obstructed, but looks like it's going to be a great event. So we are here talking about these gentlemen to tell us more about this event and how you can support it. So good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, man. How you doing?
All right, so can I just tell us about how this event came together? What was the inspiration behind it?
Okay, so probably about sometime last year, we were having a meeting, and the brothers and myself, we were just looking at making 2024, a great year. Our membership was growing, and we had a brotherhood retreat around this time last year. And we had a lot of our old fraternity brothers come back, and we hung out for that weekend, and we just really kind of rebranding New Tau Sigma and getting more involved. And we wanted to build on the momentum of that from last spring. And so some of the brothers, we sat down and thought about, what's kind of going to be our marquee event kind of going forward in terms of fundraising and outreach. And we tossed around some ideas, and we came up with the benefit brunch. A lot of things with some of the grad chapters and even the undergrad takes place in the fall. And there are a few things in the spring, but we wanted to kind of do it in a season where it wasn't really a lot going on, and take advantage of the turn of the weather and people wanting to get out, and also pay homage to one of our elder statesmen, Dr. J.W. Mason, and some other guys who helped be pillars of our fraternity. And so we decided that we wanted to put together a brunch and use that as a networking outfit, as a outreach outfit, and create revenue to give scholarships to children in the Northeast Arkansas and Jonesboro area, and just have that be our marquee thing kind of going forward.
Okay, and let's talk a little bit about the scholarship itself. What will the amount be? What will the qualifications be? Who will be eligible to receive it?
Well, this is the first one, so we decided to kind of start not somewhat small, but kind of like test it out. So we decided to reach out to Nettleton Public School District and Jonesboro Public School District. We decided to go with one lady and one male who are graduating seniors this year. It'll be $500 for each student who applied for the particular scholarship, and they will be getting that award, at the event as well.
Okay, so the applications are actually ongoing.
Well, we pulled the application now. We ran the application from the beginning of February for a month.
Okay.
So from the beginning of February to the end of February.
So did they have to complete an essay or
Yes, sir.
show demonstrate financial need? What were the qualifications to receive it?
The essay was it was a one-page essay. No, it was a 500-word essay on philosophy of service. So what would be their philosophy on service? Because our cornerstone with scholarship is also service. So we wanted to know their particular philosophy on service, since high school graduates now are required, by state to complete a certain amount of community service hours. So they kind of have developed a sense of service, but we wanted to know their particular philosophy and where they stand on it.
And I think that you offer a unique perspective to the need for such a scholarship. Being an educator, you yourself are an assistant principal at MacArthur Junior High School, so you interact with the types of students that could use this type of help.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, a lot of kids really don't. A lot of our students, a lot of our children don't understand the importance of getting these scholarships, getting these service things, spreading themselves out, because you got to understand that school isn't free outside. We're so used to the public school being free, but outside of that, if you want to further your education, you must invest in yourself. So one thing that kind of gets you out there is the networking and the service piece. So also this scholarship will provide you with the basic necessities as being a incoming college student moving forward.
Okay, and the money will go directly to the student, or will it go to
Yes.
university?
It go directly to the student.
So it doesn't-
directly to the family,
So it doesn't matter what university that they attend.
no matter what university they attend.
All right. And of course, I'm sure that is something that you preach to your students every day about, as you mentioned, seeking out these scholarships and getting these opportunities. Because I know that when I was in school, I didn't really hear hardly anything about. Really, first I heard about scholarship was when I applied to come to A-State. It wasn't really just, emphasized. Obviously, in this era, it's done so more now. But just kind of talk a little bit about your efforts to educate your students about that.
Well, to educate my students, like I told you, I said first is about reaching them in their specific place and space. Getting them to understand that school is an opportunity, and with that comes opportunity, comes your personal investment and how much they want it as a particular student. Not saying that every student in particular has to take that route or that role, but most definitely it's an investment in themselves, and they got to understand that the funds are needed. Like myself, my personal experience, I have a daughter who just went off to college, and she had to understand that, hey, if I didn't get these scholarships, me paying the tuition is going to be a hardship. So that's one thing that she had to understand as well. So that's why she's, back at the drawing board gathering monies to kind of, get the tuition paid and kind of forego that position again.
Absolutely. And of course, one thing I wanted to highlight is the motto of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated is culture for service and service for humanity. So how does this event tie in with the Phi Beta Sigma motto?
So it's a great question. It actually touches on all three. So the culture for service, everything we do, we try to think of it as an aspect, making sure that we're including some service to the community. Being able to utilize vendors and give back funds and resources to the state, using those facilities, kind of touch on our pillars of education, and being able to get some students to, like Frank said, ease those hardships of the financial aspect of higher education, serving that aspect of humanity. And so this event, you're going to be able to come and network. There'll be a lot of professionals there. There'll be educators there, business people there. We're hoping that people can talk with one another and share resources, and that from this event, there can be other things to enhance their business or their professional endeavors. We're also going to be giving away, as we said, the scholarship. There's also going to be, we have a trick up our sleeve. We have an item up for silent auction. that we've partnered with a fantastic company that handles vacations and things of that nature, and of course, there's going to be good food there, and there's no service quite like a good meal.
All right, so let's kind of go into that a little bit. Talk a little bit about the chef and what the menu is going to look like. I see Frank over there smiling.
So
Listen, I'm trying to figure out myself.
So Chef
You know.
Amore, who's a great chef, he's done some work here in the Jonesboro area. I think he's located in Central Arkansas. Like I said, we picked a brunch theme, and so we're going to have some of the brunch staples in terms of chicken and waffles, shrimp and grits.
Oh, you got me already.
Yeah, so
Got you already.
I love both of those.
So yeah, good things, man, and some other sides as well. I think there's some Philly steak egg rolls that are coming. We got like macaroni and cheese.
Y'all ain't
dishes.
playing with them.
No, man. Well, listen,
Trying to hook you.
when we say we want this to be our marquee event, something I've learned from just going to events, man, is that the food can make you or break you. So, in my personal experience, I've been to some events where it may have been, a little disheveled or may not have been the best organized. But if the food is good, you don't remember any of that. All that you remember is like, man, we went there, we had some good food. And I've also been to some events, 4-star, lavish layout, chandeliers, great table sets, the finest of cutlery. And the food was just
Chicken dry.
mid from Midtown. And you don't ever remember, like people don't talk about how nice the setup was. They'd be like, that food just really wasn't that good. So one thing that I'm prepared to put my reputation on is that the people who have purchased tickets to come out, they are going to enjoy the food and they're going to have a good time. We're going to have a DJ there setting the tone with some soft background music, and we're going to highlight some people. So it's just going to be a great celebration of good work, and people are really going to enjoy themselves.
Yes,
All right, so you
sir.
mentioned
That's
about
on the shield.
Yeah.
All right, so you mentioned about the tickets. So how much are the tickets, and where can they get them from?
So the tickets are $40. They're on Eventbrite. If you go to our Facebook page, it's plenty of links there. The New Tau Sigma page, it will link you to the Eventbrite link that has that. We'll also be sharing that later. When I said the tickets are $40, and they're all on Eventbrite. So that's the sole place to get them.
And of course, the proceeds will go towards the scholarship fund as well as the other initiatives and programs of the New Tau Sigma chapter
Yes, sir.
of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Let's go to our Facebook shout out. Shout out to Donna Edmond. That's my aunt. She's checking in. Appreciate you checking in from Helena, West Helena. One of your frat brothers, Randy McCullough, is throwing it up. And also another one of your frat, L.C. Kennedy Jr., is also throwing it up. So appreciate everybody checking in.
Man,
on
shout out to LC. He's our fundraising committee chair. He is also a big piece to this thing, like Brother Al, which is our community service chair. I mean, would none of this be, able to happen without those two gentlemen, kind of spearheading this event from the ground up, from its inception. This is to be that first one, an inaugural, like he stated, we want this to be one of the marquee events from New Tau Sigma.
Absolutely. Of course, Al, I want to kind of circle back a little bit. I mentioned with Frank about the educational aspect of what does this mean, but since you are the financial guru, I kind of want to talk on like the importance from a financial standpoint of young men and young women seeking out scholarship funding.
So that's another great question, and I do want to kind of elaborate on that a little bit. So, contrary to popular belief, finances and education go hand in hand. There's not an epidemic of rich children not going to college. There's an epidemic of underprivileged children not being able to make it to college. And another thing that children who come from means that they have the ability to start adulthood without burden, particularly financial burden. And so, just looking around with the state of our economy and just how expensive things are, not only is it important for these kids to have an education, and like I said, every little bit helps. what we aim to do is by growing this, and years from now, as we continue to grow this, we want to be able to give, full scholarships to children so that they can say, hey, because of the men of Phi Beta Sigma, I was able to go to college, finish, and now I don't have any debt. I can start my life. I can go get an apartment. I can have a job. Or I have the ability or the freedom to work a job that I like because I'm not burdened by saying, hey, man, I got $80,000 or $60,000 of school debt hanging over my head. So just tying it all together, we're starting with small steps, but sometimes, a couple $100 can be the difference between somebody having to go to like a predatory. I can remember being in college and my friends be a couple $100 short, and they go to a payday loan place and get a loan for $300 with 200% interest, and they end up paying $1,500 over a course of a year on the $300 loan. And so, if we can just help those kids be able to, get their books or, just get some supplies to make it so that they don't, to take one less burden off of them, because there is a strong tie between economic viability and education, because education can be a debt. So if you're not starting a career where you're making 3 times the annual salary of your student debt, it can be hard to pay that off. A lot of people spend 20 years paying off their student debt, and by the time they pay off their student debt, they're in their 50s and they got another 10 years to work to really save for retirement. So that's an aspect we really want to make an impact on.
No doubt. Hey, Mo Healer, holla at me.
Absolutely.
I need that payoff.
Yeah.
Well, with you being educated, I'm sure you qualify for the teacher forgiveness. So
Man,
it's just a countdown for you.
It's a countdown for sure.
All right. We're speaking with the men of the Nu Tau Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, talking about their upcoming scholarship benefit brunch that's going to be Saturday, March 30th at the Cooper Alumni Center, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Tickets are $40, and you can go on Eventbrite. Just search Nu Tau Sigma or go on the Nu Tau Sigma page on Facebook, and you can get the links and the information there. They're going to have Chef Amore. He's going to hook up the brunch with the chicken and waffles and the shrimp and grits and so much more in the liquor.
No, not this year.
Not this time.
Not this year. We're working on it for next year.
Gotcha. All right, let's go back to our Facebook shots. Latasha Shelton Johnson, says, look forward to it. Got a couple more of your frat in the comments. Antonio Williams throws it up. And shout out to one of my favorite frat brothers, yours, Greg Reed of Mrs. Polly's Barbecue, a big KLEK supporter. Hey, Greg, when you gonna have that trailer open back up? I need my pork steak.
Yeah, brother Reed. I was by his truck a couple months ago, picked up some barbecue. And Antonio Williams, that's my line brother. So shout out to him. I also wanted to say, just to give people some clarity. So if you go to Eventbrite and search Jonesboro Alumni Chapter Phi Beta Sigma Scholarship Benefit Brunch, it comes up. And also, I've had some people reach out to me to say, "Hey, Al, I can't make it to the brunch, but I'd love to support you guys in some fashion." So for those people who just would like to support us and make a donation to our cause, you can donate to our Cash App. That's $PBSNUTS for Phi Beta Sigma, Nu Tau Sigma. And any contribution helps, goes towards our programming for a lot of the programs that we're doing here. So if you're unable to make the brunch and you want to send us a donation to our Cash App, it's $PBSNUTS, and you'll see the Phi Beta Sigma Nu Tau Sigma shield there to certify that it is us.
All right. So in our final 2 minutes, anything else about the scholarship brunch or anything else that the Nu Tau Sigma chapter is doing that you want the listeners and viewers to know about?
I just want to say stay tuned. I mean, we have a solid team, solid core, and we are making our way. We are making headway. Godspeed. Nu Tau Sigma, we are here to stay. Just stay tuned.
All right, Al?
Just echoing everything Frank said. We want to continue building this momentum and building the brand of Nu Tau Sigma. We do have other events coming up, and we're always looking to partner with people. If they're looking for a group of gentlemen to help further their cause, we're always looking for volunteer opportunities. We're also going to be getting
I'll see y'all Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you Juneteenth, and we're getting our Sigma Beta, our mentoring program, which is going to be really
we'll see
big
them
for
too.
us. So yeah, if you've got a young son in middle school or high school age, in the coming months, we're going to be rolling out some programs that we're going to be bringing on a few new couple mentees. And so, we just want to be of service. We want to collaborate with our other D9 organizations, and
Definitely.
just want to make NEA the best it can, and make Greek life thrive again.
All right, couple final Facebook shout outs. Your brother Rollo Brown says, "Great job, bros. Go Mob." And LC Kennedy drops the Cash App, which is $PBSNUTS. All right, it is going down. March 30th, the New Tau Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated Scholarship Benefit Brunch. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Cooper Alumni Center here in Jonesboro. Chef Amore is going to hold the food down. They're going to have a DJ on the ones and twos. Tickets are $40. Search for New Tau Sigma on Eventbrite or on Facebook, and you can get all the information. That's going to do it for part one of Community Conversation. We'll be back with more at the bottom of the hour. This is KLK on 2.5 FM. All right, gentlemen.